Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching, if you share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Kiss Kiss Bang. How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. How are you, buddy?
Awesome. It's great to have you.
Hey, it's great to be on here with you, man.
Thanks. And I want to start off by asking, what got you into rock and roll music to begin with?
Well, it's kind of crazy. Well, it's actually not crazy. It's probably pretty typical. I grew up listening to country music and stuff, being, down here in the South. But rock and roll was kind of always around too. Southern rock, my dad played, so I kind of always heard it. And then I got obsessed with Kiss in kindergarten. They were like my superheroes. And then around middle school, I started kind of wanting to play music on my own. And I seen a video of Slash playing guitar. And it was just the coolest thing ever to me. And that's kind of when I was like, I knew I wanted to do something with it. At the time, I just wanted to play guitar, but I knew I wanted to be serious about it, So Slash, Guns N' Roses, Alice in Chains, when I heard that stuff, it just floored me, and it made me want to do it instead of just listen to it,
Mm-hmm. How did the name of the band come to be, Kiss Kiss Bang?
Well, it came from a song from a band that our former guitar player, he listened to this song from this band that we really liked, and the song was called Kiss Kiss Bang, and he was like, that would be a really cool name for a band. And I don't know, it kind of didn't hit me right the first time I heard it. And I didn't know the legality or the how that would work out with it being a song, but it all worked out, and then we all eventually came to love it.
And your new EP is really awesome. Tell us a little about that, Hungry, High, and Seeing Things.
Dude, thank you. Man, what a roller coaster of a ride it was getting that EP wrapped up, and honestly, just the unknown of what are we going to do. It was really crazy times for everybody, obviously, but not only with COVID, happening, and it really started right when we were kind of doing pre-production for an idea of an album. So that happened, and we didn't know what we were going to do, and then we lost a member, and then the shows were getting canceled, and the member we lost was a really important member, and we were like, do we even want to do this anymore? We knew, Crowder, Andrew, and myself knew that we wanted to play music together, but we didn't know if we wanted to carry on with the band name. Well, then we found out we had a studio date booked that we thought was at a later date for some reason, and it was in like a week. So we had no choice. We had to go fulfill the studio time. So we hired a guy from Nashville to come play drums. He came and finished the writing on these 3 ideas for these songs. One of the songs we'd already had for a while in like 3 days. And then we're like, okay, this weekend we hit the studio. So we traveled to Gem City Studios in Jellicoe, Tennessee with our good buddy Matt McQueen. And it just flourished into this thing, man, where everything was shut down and none of us had anything to do. And he liked the songs and was like, hey, if you guys are interested, let's make a project out of it and really push it for these songs to turn out as good as we can get them until we're all satisfied with them. And, he's no pun intended, he's a gem, man. Like, he is, because of that, man, this EP turned out the way it did. It was just a crazy, crazy thing, man. Like, we didn't know what we were doing. We just went in for the first time and were like, let's just make music that makes us happy. And we're not trying to, we're not trying to please some label or management. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we had no reason to at this point. It was just, hey, let's just go do the studio time, but let's have fun. This could be our last time in the studio as this band, and nobody even knows about it. And towards the end, we realized we had something that we were all proud of. And it was really what we needed to kind of give us a kick in in the rear to be like, hey, you guys have more to squeeze out of this than what you thought. So it was an enlightening experience, to say the least, for us.
And do you think the pandemic kind of influenced the album, having not much to do but make music?
It really did, because there was, as you know, as everyone knows, the world was crazy, and it still is. So we were just locked inside, and all of us kind of lived together anyway. So we were forced to be around each other more, and we knew we had to do something. We didn't know when it was all going to go away, but we knew when it did, we wanted to have something ready. So we really got that in that mindset halfway through the recording process, when we finally realized, hey, we might actually have something cool here. Then we really started trying to pour everything into it and take the influences around that were happening. And the pandemic was in a lot of ways, I think it might have saved us, because, in these crazy times, I think you have to look at the positives as much as you can. And that was the main positive, but it was such a good positive that, I don't know, man, in a weird way, I'm thankful for it on our end. I hate what it's done on every other aspect of life, but that's the one good thing that came out of it, man. It forced us to get our butts in gear,
Yeah, the pandemic has changed everything. Even like this interview we might not be doing now, because I used to do all in-person interviews and I had to switch to Skype for the interviews because of COVID. So it's really changed everything.
Yeah, it has. And we've done quite a few like this, and not that I dislike it. I love doing this, but it's just crazy to think about,
Yeah. Yeah, I like the in-person interviews, the human interaction, but it's cool to talk to bands that are farther away, bands that wouldn't normally get to talk with, It's cool.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I love going to stations and places and getting to actually sit down and meet someone and talk. I'm not really I'm not an introvert, sometimes I am, but for the most part, I really like meeting people and talking to people. That's one of the main things I've always loved, that has, that music has brought to me, I guess you could say. No matter what, you're always meeting people, and from different places. I mean, dude, I'm from a town that's literally, I know people say this, I'm from a small town. Like, it's tiny, and if it wasn't for music, I probably would still be there. And it's great. I love the human interaction thing, and I've got to meet people through it, and that's kind of been a big bummer. But we work through it like we are right now, and it's totally okay.
Do you have plans on getting back out touring on the road soon? Because I know a lot of bands are starting to announce tour dates for the fall.
Yeah, we have a couple shows booked right now, and it's starting to come. They're starting to pour in. The biggest thing, it's been the hardest thing for, I think, most bands, especially bands at our level who are doing everything on your own. It's been hard trying to get things worked out with venues, because a venue will have a week straight where they're doing great, following protocol, everything seems to be working out, and then somebody comes in and says, hey, you got to shut down for an unknown amount of time. Now every show they had booked gets canceled, and they just booked it because they thought they were open back up. So then you run into the problem where these venues are scared to give you a guarantee, because they're like, well, this is going to be a cool show, I don't want to give you a guarantee, and it's shut down, and we promote it, and then we have to start all over again just for it to happen again. And it's crazy, because it's happened thousands of times. So I feel bad for the venues and the bands, man, because you just don't know, and everybody's just kind of flying by the seat of their pants, and it's just. But we're getting there. I think it seems like it's slowly starting to, turn for the best, I guess you could say.
Awesome. And do you plan to release another single from the EP?
Yes, we do actually. The hardest thing has been trying to figure out which one we want to do, because we like them all, and there's only 4 to choose from. But we wanted to put 4 really strong songs on there, and I'm not sure which one we will do next. I have a pretty good feeling, but I don't know if we'll shoot a video for it, if we'll package it another way. I'm not sure yet, but we're definitely going to be pushing more of the songs and the single from the album, the EP.
And are you working on any more new music at the moment?
Yes. Pretty much constantly trying to. That's our biggest thing. We believe that no matter what, songs won't lie, you know. And if you focus on the songwriting and just writing the best songs you possibly can, that will somehow please everyone across the board. If you can do that, then everything else will work itself out. And it seems like that's always kind of worked for us at our level. So we're always trying to write, and but more so right now we're getting into the groove of throwing out the ideas and trying to say, like, hey, you like this, you like that, let's put it together, let's make this. And just, the last EP, it was a rebranding of the band, so we didn't know what our sound was again, but luckily, with the EP coming out, us all being so thrilled with it, we are pretty sure the direction we want to go in now. And it's really not out of a cliche or a gimmick or anything. It's just writing the music that we all like, that we're 100% happy with. And, we kind of always did that, but in a sense, we always toned things back for the sake of time or the sake of, this melody is not going to be great for radio. It's silly things that you have to think about as a writer. We don't do that anymore. So with the new songs, I'm looking forward to really getting in and hammering these ideas out.
And are you thinking it's going to be the same style of music?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think the style will change too much. I don't know what would change, to be honest. It'll just sound like the same band, I guess, because the ideas are coming from the same brains, and we feel really free right now. There's no reins on us, and for a while we dealt with that, and it wasn't terrible, but I don't know if we were ready for that kind of pressure. And luckily, the response to the album has been great. That's the one thing we didn't know. We didn't know if people were going to like it, and if they didn't like it, then we were going to have to change things up. But the response has been awesome, man. We're really fortunate for that. So therefore, the next stuff we write, we know kind of what field we're playing in,
Yeah, and you think it'll be a full album or another EP?
That's a big question that we ask ourselves a lot. We don't know. We want to do a full album, but it's almost like, is it smart for us to do that? How could we make it smart for us to do that? With the way the world is now, and, everything being social media driven, it's single now, and people have an attention span of about 4 songs, and it's all they can take. So I don't know. I would love to release a full album, but I don't know if it's the right time for us yet,
Yeah, maybe wait till everything's back to normal. You can get out and play it all live and stuff, promote it and stuff like that, right?
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, is being able to go out and promote it and play shows off of it. And, it's kind of hard to do that with a 4-song EP. You can do it, but it's easier to sit back and take a single and then have a plan for, a monthly plan for how you're going to push this song on the internet. And that's kind of what we like to do, squeeze every bit out of something that you can and get the most out of it, which I think that's probably what every band does nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely would love to do a full album. All of us would love to. We have the material for it. We have hundreds of ideas and songs. We just want it to be the right time. Everything has to be the right time, we feel like, for us.
Yeah. Now, if people want to look you up online, find your music on social media, how do they do that?
It's really easy, actually. There's no weird numbers or things like that. You just search Kiss Kiss Bang. It's there. And you know, primarily we were doing Bandcamp for the new EP, where you could go, you know, you can still go there and get it. You can preview it a certain number of times before you buy it. But now it's on all streaming sites. It's on, you know, Apple, all that stuff.
So all over the social media.
Yeah, everywhere, man. You just type in Kiss Kiss Bang, and it's there.
Awesome. Well, it was good having you and talking with you. And everybody, look them up.
Hey, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Sorry my video keeps cutting out. People keep trying to call me.
Good. Good. And for everyone watching, I linked their music in the video description, so go check that out.
Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate you, brother.